maybe see if conservation's willing to set a time
Half hour after
frame or something, yeah. All right,
sunset.
yeah, all right, go ahead, Gloria.
So my recollection is, did we as a board not agree to take funding to pay our first responders from that state fund?
Yeah, we did.
So then why wouldn't we not use the same money for computers?
Yeah, it is. That's what my motion's been. I've made 6 motions now. The state money? Yeah, that was up to us too. We could have denied it. No, we approved it, and then, and they paid out the money. We approved it.
So if we're accepting the money for the ambulance and the fire, why would we not accept money for our town employees to use computer equipment?
Those people are necessary. I don't feel the computers are. So
We are
You know where I
necessary.
stand.
We are necessary too. We have to conduct town business one way or another. We are completely necessary.
We're here conducting it tonight without a computer.
We are, but something may happen. It may get worse.
Might.
It may get worse, and we may not be able to be here. And if we don't have computers, then I don't have anything else. Does anybody else from the board have anything?
Yeah, I did have some red committee stuff. So yes, Jack, unless there's thunderstorms and they get rained out, there is a band meeting, playing tomorrow night called Life on Venus. The bridge dinner is officially canceled, and there was some discussion tonight about possibly Halloween, since it's falling on a Saturday, working with the ELM and the Kiwanis and other organizations in town to do some kind of like a haunted house, something, with the Sheridan on the covered bridge or something like that. So that's something that we just came up in discussion tonight. We were talking about that.
Good. Thanks.
Oh, that's a good idea. Nothing else from anybody from the board?
No, I was just gonna thank Jan, but Jack beat me to that.
Yep. This time I'll open it to the floor. Does anybody from the public have anything?
I want to say thank you on a couple things. I think what the board decided to do with the ATV trails was great for the residents of this town. It really is a shame that, they're a good club, they're here in town, they do good things. It's a shame that we can't expand that, but I just want to say thank you to the board for doing that, and thank you for trying to work with the senator to advance those trails for them. And I'm happy to help you guys in any way you need to try and get them expanded in Pisgah. I think a 7-year plan really isn't that bad, but that was a great compromise that you guys came up with.
It wasn't an easy decision, I can
Yeah.
tell you that.
I can imagine. So thank you for that. Also, thank you for approving the permits for the sports boosters. We're working really, really hard to try and get sports funded. Because this is live and there's people here, we're gonna open up an online donating platform soon, so people could just click a button on Facebook and donate to the sports boosters. We also have a letter out now, so businesses can donate to them, or we could have in-kind donations of any sort. So I would want anybody to spread that word around for the sports boosters. Go ahead.
So now, this online donation thing, Nat, is that a GoFundMe?
It's not a
So there
GoFundMe.
won't be any additional, all the money donated will go directly to the...
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
On the GoFundMe, they...
Yeah, no, GoFundMe takes money. They do. But we are going to start an online one, but we encourage people. We're going to sell CalPop tickets online as well, so that way we could limit contact because of COVID. We'll also be selling them the day before the CalPop as well. So we want to encourage as many people to fund the sports. If anybody knows of anybody who's willing to donate uniforms, softballs, basketballs, nets, anything, we encourage that as well. I had 2 points of interest for the board. I saw you opened up your sealed bids, did those include a workmanship warranty as well as a material warranty?
The roof quote, the roof
Yeah.
bids? Yeah, all of them do.
Okay. What was the workmanship warranty? I'm just curious.
There's 4 of them, they're all different.
They're all
It's
different.
supposed to
So,
be a minimum of a 15-year workmanship,
Right, there's a minimum set for it.
okay, so
30-year shingle with a 15-year.
workmanship, right?
I believe.
Okay. I just want to make sure that if it does leak, that, you guys are set for whatever you put in that scope of work.
Yeah.
Yep,
Okay.
30-year shingle, 15-year workmanship.
Okay. That's a good warranty. That's good. The other thing is I appreciate that you guys are having the school board come here to give updates. I would request that we could also have our other boards come here and give updates, like the planning board, conservation commission. I know, Gloria, you give the rec committee updates, which is awesome, but if we could get more of the other boards in town to come here and do updates, that would be amazing.
They're all welcome, I just.
Yeah.
Well, some of the town boards we don't need, because Chaney's the selectman rep to the planning board, so he gives us the updates there.
I haven't heard one from the planning board in a long time, that's why.
Right. I'm the selectman rep to the conservation committee, but there really hasn't been a lot going on with conservation. Gloria's red committee, as you hear every week.
Yeah.
So I think zoning is really, we don't have a rep on the zoning board, do we? No. So I think zoning's really the only one, but I don't think they've really been meeting much because they haven't had a lot going on.
Okay.
So I
Yeah,
think
it was just, I
most
mean,
of the committees are covered.
right. I mean, you have the school board come here every week and they do, so, you know,
Right. Well, we have,
it's
that's
only fair, really.
just like with the budget committee, being a school board rep and a selectman rep, after a budget meeting, Lindsay, being the school board rep, gives the school board the update of what happened during the budget meeting, just like I would here as a selectman rep for it,
Right.
so.
Yeah. I think it would be great to have each board come and give, it's just good transparency for the community at that point. But that's it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And Mike, come on up, we've all missed you.
Yeah, long time no see, Mike.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Has there been any movement on getting the clock working? Because right now, time stands still because it's,
Yeah, well, the stairs got fixed finally, the ladder, whatever you want to call it. And other than that, I've messaged Paul a million times.
I did too.
Gloria's been trying to get a hold of
I'd like to
Paul.
volunteer to wind it.
Okay? I'll meet up with you sometime and show
I will do it
you.
with a passion so that everyone in town is annoyed.
Yep. You get a hold of me sometime and I'll get over there and meet you and show you how to get up there and wind it and,
I'm less than 300 feet away.
yeah. Yep.
Okay? And I've never had a problem sleeping with it. So it would be nice to have it working
Yep.
prior and after construction,
Right,
since we're pouring a lot of money into it.
right.
The other topic I'd like to discuss with you coming up in the future, I'll make a decision and I'm going to ask you to do that. But under 674-47A, paragraph 5, you, as a local legislative body, have the authority to appoint members to the Heritage Commission, which was voted in 3 years ago and is doing absolutely nothing. It's gone nowhere. Members of the HDC, if appointed by you, can sit on that board. All of us have significant historical backgrounds. Myself, when Mr. Stevens asked me back in 2014 if I would stick with it, I've been with it for 6 years. Personally, I've only been in the town for 33 years now. But I have traveled up and down the Eastern Seaboard, had the privilege to sit in on a lot of boards and brought back tons of information for the HDC and its members so we can make informed decisions. It would be nice to get something underway here because as constituted as a Heritage Commission, we have the ability to raise funds to be held by the town treasurer for the benefit of the entire town. That means actually purchasing property, the sale of property with the required public hearing, and the ability to put preservation easements on that property to protect Also with the advent of the work going down on the clock, on the steeple, that's going to require, I know you are involved in having to fulfill the obligations of the grant with respect to the ongoing maintenance of the steeple. But that has no bearing on the clock. Okay, so as a Heritage Commission, we would be able to hold fundraisers, and it's my personal feeling that if people are given the choice for a good cause rather than be forced to do it through taxation, they're much more likely to get involved if it's a volunteer effort,
Yep.
spearheaded by people in the town for a common cause. As I said, I haven't been in town that long, and since Selectman Marsh is the ex officio to the HDC, he would bring an inordinate amount of knowledge and experience that we could pull from. So I'd like to make a request at some point that you do appoint the members of the HDC per the relevant RSA, which is allowed by that RSA, to get this thing off the ground. It's been 3 years and
Mike,
it's gone nowhere.
I think the problem is, Terry probably could fill us in, that we had asked for people to fill out, and we didn't get anyone. I think we got one or two people.
That's what I'm saying. We, all of us are into this.
Yeah.
And we want to do what we can for the
So we
town.
wanted to fill that board, that committee. We just didn't get any volunteers.
Well, which brings me to the next point. Under 67447A, paragraph 5, you have the authority to appoint, and it works both ways. Under 67444, Heritage Commission people can sit on the HDC. That really is a moot point because the town decided that we were no longer going to have a historic district ordinance. So we are effectively a bridge club at this point.
How many,
With all of this knowledge floating around, it would be nice to be able to organize, to be able to fundraise, and get things going.
how many members are currently on the HDC?
5?
And all 5 are interested in
Yes.
being, well, how about,
I haven't polled Selectman Marsh yet.
yeah. Well, we have,
You would be the ex officio to the
our
HDC.
next meeting's in 2 weeks, so if, are you the chairman of the HDC?
No, Dennis is,
Dennis is? All right,
I'm
so
secretary.
you're the secretary? Okay, so as a secretary, if you can reach out to the chairman and ask him to reach out to all the members and ask them to come down and fill out the forms for the Heritage Commission, and then in 2 weeks, we can make the motion to appoint them and fill out the appointment paperwork so that they can be members.
Great.
Yep.
Also, with respect to, Gloria, with respect to the bridge dinner,
Yes.
would it be appropriate to solicit those members of the community who have participated in the past, simply because it has been canceled, to make a donation in kind to the Historical Society?
That's a terrific idea, and I will bring that up at the next Red Committee meeting. Thank you. That's a great idea.
That's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you, Mike.
Thanks, Mike.
What is the operating system on the laptops?
The operating system?
Windows 10, I would
Well,
assume?
we didn't make, I mean, my motion was for laptops or tablets, something equivalent.
If you have the choice, stay away from Chromebooks.
Yeah, well, that's why I bumped it up to the price that I did, because Chromebooks are cheap and
Yeah, they're throwaways.
you get what you pay for.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's why,
sometimes you don't get what you pay for.
Right.
yeah, and I said I don't do Apple, I don't do iPads, so.
Thank you, Mike.
Thank you.
Lindsay?
Just a couple of quick questions. The roof bid, that's for the Ashwillet Firehouse, correct?
Correct.
Okay. We have been down a police officer. Where are we in that hiring process? Are we nearing close? Has there been a hire?
No, there has not been a hire yet. He is doing the interview process. Unfortunately, with the police department and the way their hiring has to go, We don't know how that process is going until he sends us a recommendation to hire somebody. We do know that he did have 2 applicants to begin with, but we do know he is still actively interviewing.
Kind of going along with Nat's recommendation a little bit, it would be nice maybe if we could have an update from various departments, maybe as part of your normal meeting as well. I know at the school board we do, administration updates, so perhaps once a month the department chairs could come in and provide some kind of update about what's going on. And I know I've heard Rick a number of times, but perhaps with
Yeah, Rick's
road
usually
crew
here.
and police even.
Yeah.
I also wanted to say thank you to Ben and Gloria for continuing to push forward. Just as some perspective, you, the select board, your employee, the health official is coming to you and saying, I have a concern that this could get worse, and it just doesn't feel like you're listening to the professionals that you're supposed to be, or you should be listening to help you make good decisions for the town. Along with that, I just throw out there, I wonder how it would sound if the school said, no, we're not going to take advantage of any grant money to clean the school or fund the school through COVID. We're just going to let that go to the next town. And then the third thing is, if you're not going to take advantage of the grant for the laptops, please come forward with some other plan. What else might you do with that money? Because otherwise, you all could look, and I include, unfortunately, the people who are in support of it, but you all could look perhaps a little foolish if we get into a significant issue with COVID and you have no way to operate other than being here and in person when maybe that's not the best way. Just some perspective.
I'll buy my own computer and go that route.
Thank you, Lindsay. Anybody else from the public?
Yeah, they're all leaking.
Windy, rainy storms.
Because Lindsay just brought up a great point. We want to help the school, right? Can we not take some of that grant money and donate those laptops to the school?
I don't believe we can. We can only spend that money on supplies for the town, not the school.
The schools in the town and taxpayers fund that.
Right, but they're separate entities.
All right.
Like the town and water.
Could we get the laptops and donate them to school children who live in the town who are in need?
Well, I don't think it has a difference whether it's children or a school. We can use that COVID money that the town has, it's like the COVID money the school has. Can be used to reimburse for town purchases.
Can we just check on that? Thank you. Cool.
And I'm having a hard time getting permission to buy laptops for the town to use, let alone for the town to buy and donate. Is that it from the public now? All right. At this time, I will entertain a motion to go into non-public under RSA 91A32, little C and E. And that's it, right? That's true.
Second.
Okay, James Rokes,
Yes.
Herb Stevens, Jack Marsh, Gloria,
Aye.
Ben, aye. We are now in non-public, and I do not foresee us having any other business.